Suns leading the Bay Bears 4-0 as we get ready for the top of the third here at Bragan Field. It's Chipper Smith back to work as he'll face the Bay Bears pitcher Edgar Garcia to begin the inning. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. And with the rest of the play-by-play in the third and the fourth, here's Kyle Crooks. Chipper's just too quick on the mound.
You can take it if you like, Roger.
Well,
top of the third.
Garcia digs back in.
Here's the next pitch to Garcia, swinging a roll.
And rolled foul.
Tumbling towards the Suns dugout, and the Suns out in front 4-0 early on in this ball game, courtesy of an RBI infield single from Matt Gingle, the first, followed up by a 3-run home run from Terrence Daylang. So that's where our scoring sits right now as Garcia takes high and off the plate on a fastball to the lefty Chipper Smith. Last time Smith was on the mound was on that 10-game road trip, made a pair of starts in Montgomery and in Jackson as Garcia takes high. Count levels off at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith started out the year in Jacksonville and bounced back and forth between the starting rotation and the bullpen as Garcia swings, pops it up off to the right and foul into the lower bowl. And Smith, right now a 4.69 ERA. That's in 18 appearances and 13 starts. Like I said, made a pair of starts on that road trip since being called up on August 7th from High A Jupiter as Garcia takes up and away. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order on deck. And due up in this frame is 9-1-2. Edgar Garcia, Evan Marzilli, and Jack Reinheimer. Garcia swings, pops it up. Foul ground, first base side. Rosa with the sunglasses on the warning track in front of the Bay Bears dugout. Tried to flip the glove over and make the basket catch, but could not. Hits off the side of his glove and falls aimlessly into foul ground, first base side. And the count remains 3-2. So that's an 8-3 on Vio Sergi Rosa. And for Rosa this year, now his 12th error. New life for Edgar Garcia. Lefty pitcher, righty batter. Next pitch is swung on and tumbled towards short. Charging in is Soto. Will glove, throw on a first in time for the out. And there's one gone, so the error from Vio Sergi Rosa does not come back to haunt left-hander Chipper Smith. One out in the frame. Suns lead 4-0. We're in the top of the third, and back to the top of the lineup, and Evan Marzilli. Marzilli flew out to left in his first at-bat to start off the ball game. Was a spectacular tumbling catch by Matt Gingle in the left center field gap, right in the front of the warning track, making a diving over-the-shoulder catch for the first out of the ball game. Marzilli second at bat tonight. Right now in this series, 1 for 10 at the plate, 2 runs scored, a pair of walks. Lefty-lefty matchup. Smith fires a breaking ball, goes over the head of Marzilli, who crouched down and fell down in the left-handed batter's box, and the count is now 1-0. Marzilli, a .283 hitter, no home runs, 5 RBIs. They have him shaded a bit towards left center field. The pitch, breaking ball, misses high. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And over his last 10, Marzilli has been hot at the plate, 314, 11 for 35. Here he swings and misses at a fastball. And the count now 2-1. And Smith, in his time at Jupiter, worked out of the starting rotation, trying to work his way back to the AA level. As the lefty deals the 2-1, that swung on and fouled back. And originally, when Chipper Smith was sent down in early July, took to his Twitter account and said one thing: challenge is accepted. And now he's back here at the AA level. Smith fires the next pitch, swinging a ball line into left. Charging in is Gingle. He'll play on a hop and a base hit for Evan Marzilli. So he gets on base here in the top of the third with 1 man gone. And now Jack Reinheimer will dig in for Mobile, who trails Jacksonville 4-0 in the top of the third. Now Reinheimer in his first at bat would double, and right now in this series, has hit safely in now 7 of his last 11 games at the plate, and a month of August, hitting .250 at the dish. Digs in from the right side, shin guard on that front left leg, bat waving high over the right shoulder. Lefty-righty matchup, and Smith delivers a fastball low. And like I said early on, Smith, towards the tail end of his first tenure here in 2015, with the Suns, moving back and forth from the starting rotation to the bullpen. And originally, when moving to that bullpen spot in early June towards mid-June, tended to struggle out of the bullpen as Smith throws over to first and Marzilli back in time. And the one thing you could say about Smith, kind of taking that approach as a reliever, really struggled to throw strikes coming out of the bullpen. One appearance that really stepped out was on June 13th against the Smokies. Really had a rough go at it. Only an inning would allow 4 earned runs as that one swung on and tapped foul at home plate. And the count now level at 1 ball, 1 strike to Jack Reinheimer. Marzilli on first. Suns lead 4-0 in the top of the third. So after a dominant start really on the mound for Chipper Smith, the month of April Making 4 starts, he went 2-0, a 2.86 ERA, and that was in 22 innings, and then hit a rough stretch in the month of May. ERA inflated a bit, just south of 6, and then June, an ERA just south of 7. So the numbers were tending to balloon up a bit for Chipper Smith as the year went on. The lefty deals, and Reinheimer takes outside. The count now 2-1. We're in the top of the third. Suns lead 4-0 over Mobile, trying to pick up their 6th straight victory and their longest winning streak on the year. Also, with a pair of victories tonight, would pick up their first 5-game sweep here on the campaign. Smith a quick toss over to first, and back in time once again is Marzilli. Marzilli a threat to steal in his time with the Bay Bears, 4 stolen bases. Has a sizable lead over at first, Rosa holding him on. Smith operates from the sunshine. Reinheimer in the right-handed batter's box takes well outside on another fastball. And the count now 3 balls and a strike to Reinheimer, hitting .273 on the year with 4 home runs and 38 RBIs. So it's really been an up and down year for Chipper Smith. Whatever role he's had to take on, Reinheimer swings, pushes it off to the right and foul. Count now full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reset the defense for Jacksonville. Yingle left, Wilson in center, Lopez in right. Third to first, you have Dalek, Soto, Adams, and Rosa, with Offman behind the dish doing the catching of Chipper Smith. And for Smith, since getting the call back up, this is his 3rd start since getting that call back up in early August from Jupiter. Runner goes. Pitch is grounded foul off the front left leg of Reinheimer. Marzilli was off, but will have to slowly jog back to first. 3-2 the count at the plate between Smith and Reinheimer. Suns lead 4-0 here in the top of the third. And really the narrative in this winning streak for the Suns has changed. A lot of the conversation was due to the fact that the Suns really struggled batting with runners in scoring position, well, especially in the nightcap. What was an 11-3 victory? That was not the case. Lefty-righty, Smith again throws over to first. Marzilli back in time. And even in what was technically an extra innings win for the Suns in the bottom of the 8th, in which David Adams would drive in Matt Yingle from second base. Starting to be a little more consistent in that category, and that's what has led to the string of victories. Swinging a lazy pop fly behind home plate. Hoffman throws the mask off. That will land on top of the mesh foul. Count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A long at bat here from Jack Reinheimer. Here with 1 gone. Marzilli on first base. Suns lead 4-0 in the top of the third. Again, the humidity just continuing to rise here at Bregan Field. 91 degrees currently. Not having to deal with the elements after a pair of rainouts in this series. Another toss over to first. Marzilli once again back. And that's what you kind of expect here in the month of August. Around 4 or 5 o'clock, even towards 7 o'clock, having to deal with a lot of the strong thunderstorms here in North Florida. 3-2 count. Reinheimer awaits and takes a fastball high, works a walk. Runners now on first and second. Marzilli will trot down to second in scoring position. Reinheimer works a walk, and for Smith, his second walk here in the opener of this doubleheader, and that will bring out Suns pitching coach Derek Patelho to have a chat along with catcher Sharif Offman, and now stepping to the plate for Mobile is Socrates Brito. Well, Mobile, over the last 10 games, only 3-7, now a 3-game losing streak. And again, Roger touched on it, kind of the tight-knit group amidst the top of the Southern League South Division standings, and these games continuing to grow more and more in importance. And you think if Mobile coming into this series kind of looked at a struggling Jacksonville Suns unit that right now sits 22 games under 500, 11 games under 500 in the second half, that this would be an opportunity to fatten up and kind of gain some victories. You saw Montgomery take 4 out of 5 on the road trip against Jacksonville and really went on a 9-game winning streak from that point on. So Bay Bears thought possibly this could be a good luck charm coming to Bregan Field to take on the Suns, but it has not been the case. Losers of 3 straight. Lefty-lefty matchup. Socrates Brito takes low and off the plate. Fastball at 87 miles an hour. The count is 1-0. So they chat over on the mound with pitching coach Derek Patelho. Lefty Chipper Smith will operate from the stretch. Chest high set. Runners lead off first and second. Suns lead 4-0. The pitch. Fastball in at the knees for a called strike. Count levels off at 1-1. We're in the top of the third. And if you're just joining us Matt Engel's infield RBI single in the first, plus a 3-run blast from Terrence Daylight. His 3rd home run of the year in the first inning has given the Suns a 4-run cushion. Brito takes an off-speed pitch low, and the count is now 2-1. Brito, a .304 hitter, 7 home runs, 50 RBIs, a native of the Dominican Republic, has had a red-hot month of August. Now 22 days into the month of August, a .389 average pair of home runs. Here he swings, bounces one to Rosso, who on 2 hops gloves, so goes to second for 1 on the first, no relay throw. So reaching on the fielder's choice is Socrates Brito, and out at second base is Jack Reinheimer. You score that 3-6 on the out. And there's now 2 gone in the inning. Runners on first and third as Marzilli on the ground out will move 90 feet away from home plate, and a dangerous batter to the plate. And that's Gabriel Guerrero. Guerrero with strikeout swinging in his first at bat in the opening frame. Comes up in a big spot in this ball game. Runners on the corners, with the Bay Bears trailing the Suns 4-0 in the top of the third. Guerrero, a .231 hitter, 6 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, 78 miles an hour. Once again, the free swinging Gabriel Guerrero well out in front, and the count is 0-1. Last night in the pair of contests, Guerrero 2 for 5. Did have a run batted in early in game 2 of the doubleheader, in which the Bay Bears hopped in front 2-0. Swinging a bouncing ball, that's corralled by Smith, third base side of the rubber. Spins, throws the first in time for the out, and Chipper Smith works into and out of trouble. 2 runners left on base for the Mobile Bay Bears here in the top of the third. We now slide to the bottom half of the frame here at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville. Still Suns 4 and the Bay Bears nothing.